Hello, everybody, and welcome from your local friendly therapist. Happy Friday to you all. I am trying to figure out where exactly to position the camera, and it's been a little tricky this morning, so bear with me if my face is all up in your grill. That is not my intention. But the topic I'm talking about is so important that I decided, regardless of camera angle, let's talk about this. So I want to cover the 3 top things that may be secretly sabotaging your relationships. Even for my own journey in having healthier relationships, I didn't realize that these things were holding me back until later on, and when I was in my late 20s, honestly, when I learned all the concepts about marriage and family therapy. And so through my journey of grad school, making my own mistakes, and now having sat with many couples, I've seen this play out over and over again where people just don't realize that these 3 different skills or things that they need to do to understand themselves is crucial in helping them have healthy relationships. So let's go ahead and delve into it. Number 1, it's really important that we understand our family of origin history. So family of origin being our family members and caregivers that we directly grew up with and really influenced our ideas around relationships, and understanding the unspoken and spoken rules about love, emotions, expressing ourselves, communication, what emotions were okay, what emotions weren't, and how that might be impacting our relationships now. So really doing an inventory of our relationships and their cycles over time. Now, I'm happy to delve into specific questions we should ask ourselves to really get into those beliefs and rules that we've created. But that will be on a different podcast. Essentially, this first point is just to understand we have to understand our history and the environment we grew up in to understand our current beliefs and the lens through which we see our current relationships, because those rules and those beliefs are directly impacting how we relate to our partner. So it's important to understand which ones serve us, which ones don't, and which ones are really true to our healthy sense of self. Number 2, being able to self-regulate. If we don't have the ability to self-soothe or self-regulate, any sort of triggering conversation or fight or argument is going to be exhausting, right? Because we're going to blow up, we're going to be dysregulated, and not only is it exhausting for us physically, but it's exhausting on the relationship, because anything that's triggering, anything that's hard is going to be a blown up fight, right? And the other thing that happens over time is when couples have such exhausting conversations when they talk about hard things and they can't self-regulate, they will start to not to have hard conversations. They will just keep that stuff inside and learn that those are topics that they don't talk about with their significant other. And that erodes a relationship too, because then you lose intimacy with your partner. You lose getting to know all the different parts of them, and you lose having those really important hard conversations. So that's a way that the relationship could erode over time that you may not be paying attention to if you don't understand the correlation to that and the ability to self-regulate. And number 3, setting boundaries as quickly as possible. So obviously, sometimes we don't know what our boundaries are. It takes kind of getting upset about something and realizing maybe I'm not okay with this thing. And that's okay. If you don't realize it, that's fine. But when you start to have anger or resentment towards your partner, pay attention to that. Learn how to interpret it and to understand what it means about you or your values, what's okay for you, what's not okay, and communicate that with your partner. Sometimes our partners might be unintentionally annoying or really triggering us or bothering us because they don't know our boundaries. They don't know that thing bothers us. And so they're just kind of doing their own thing. And meanwhile, we're kind of secretly harboring resentment. And it's really not fair to them that we probably will eventually blow up and maybe have a big, huge argument about it, versus from the get-go, if we have those conversations about our boundaries and listen to our anger, then we can really prevent that from happening and becoming more of those explosive conversations later on, or to subconsciously create distance in our relationships. I'm happy to delve into these topics a little bit more in a future YouTube video, so let me know what interests you. I'd love your feedback. Please subscribe if you enjoy having a cup of joe with me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. I will talk to you later.